They're feeling themselves in a different way. Cap might be feeling himself a little too much. Maybe OG is too.
All right, let's not make this dirty, Kyle. I'm feeling the OG lineup. You know, they've got a Death Prophet 5 position. Sniper, he's gonna get the shard to protect himself against the clockwork.
You know what?
Yeah, I love the sniper shard.
The worst shard in like the entire game. Concussive grenade.
That regardless, this is going to be an entertaining game, made more entertaining by our commentary team of OD Pixel and Fog. Let's go to them.
For battle.
Yeah, thank you very much, Steve. Yeah, very excited to see what OG's going to show us with this draft here. And if it is them sort of pushing it out a little too far with how crazy they've gone, I mean, Fog, what do you reckon? What are we going to see here?
I think we're going to see a Mage Slayer Sniper 100% this game. I think that Topson is one of the few players that has been playing it on every single one of his games in pubs, and I think this item actually might start getting picked up a lot more when I've been just looking at it overall, and I'm looking at a hero that's very good versus Void Spirit. I think versus every spirit in the game, I think we might be seeing this Mage Slayer item get picked up versus Void, Embers, Storm Spirits, etc. It just seems like it's going to be one of those harder counters. However, we're going to have to look at OG's whole lineup. As they said, it's a 5-core.
30 seconds to battle.
It really is. No Tower playing the support. Death Prophet Sax are playing the support. Naga Siren. Mid one on the safe lane. Gyro. Bottom. I mean, over on the side of Tundra, we've got some pretty much standard stuff, right? There's nothing sort of too surprising with who's playing what.
No, just an overall lack of stuns across the board of the game is really what I'm seeing. Sure, we've got mini stuns and whatnot, like from Clockwork, and we got some Aether Remnant that comes out from the Void Spirit, but we have your very non-traditional stunning lineup as, you know, Boundless Strike, Hook Shot are your probable best stuns, and I guess an Ensnare in the midst of the works. And, I mean, Homing Missile, like we said, there's very little stuns, so it's going to be, I feel like we're going to have some pretty weird fights kicking off here a lot of the times.
And let's see how Topson can do here in the lane. I mean, how will he do? I mean, I
think he'll do great.
Well, why do most people not relate? Well, what's wrong with this hero? Why do so many teams not want to ever touch it?
I've been seeing it get picked up a little bit more in pubs. I think he's been what he is forever. He's risky. You get collapsed on and you're just dead. But I feel like that's where the Mage Slayer might be that difference maker. I've seen him do it on the Sniper in pubs before too, and maybe he can actually hold his ground in the midst of it. I think also they have great ways of resetting and restarting fights, right? They have Naga Siren, so you can kind of dictate what fight you actually take. So that's probably why they were inclined for that Sniper.
Side lanes.
The next level plane.
Who's under sort of the biggest pressure here? Is there any sort of duo lane that you can see causing issues early for either side?
I could see the bottom lane if they just misplay it all, really. There's a lot of potential that I can see just from Chakra Magic and just spamming Urshock. Although Urshock's cooldown, of course, has gotten greatly increased since his prime.
What the?
Gonna hold that for a second. His top, the missile's coming on 33.
Yeah, they're chasing him down. They've got the rocket barrage. 33. He's trying to hide in the trees, but they've got
The
it.
next level plane.
There's Flood here. The safe lane on OG. This is Gyro Death Prophet duo.
I was going to say that I do believe the offlaners in particular in this game look like they should have a pretty tough one. Because even top, this is a double range. And even as wonky as it kind of does sound, it can definitely set up for kills. Like, Viper is so slow. If they ever see a position where Viper is close to their tower, they can likely make the aggressive move.
Have to be very careful how far it comes out of 33.
And they also, like, No-Tail gets a big benefit that he's actually playing versus a hero like Clockwork, even though he's a 5 Death Prophet, which is so weird, but the Spirit Siphon's actually kind of value.
So far in the mid lane, 9 having the slight lead here against Topson. I think this is expectable. I think the lane is easier to play at the first few levels as the board. You're just going to have that easier time with CS. And sure, you're going to be constantly peaked by the Sniper, but that pulse will protect you from...
I mean, 9 has to be a little careful here. Topson actually juked.
He might just be dead,
9 actually might... You're saying that as he
I was
walked
going to say,
up
yeah,
trying to
full
get
class,
aggressive.
you know, I say, oh, he's fine, you know, he popped the shield. But yeah, Thompson really pushing him to the limits there.
It's different because Thompson doesn't need to expend nearly like anything pretty much on actual regen besides his initial, because he just is always so far back. He's getting clipped by a couple of these resonant pulses, but we see 9 is really getting bullied because of that mid ward that Thompson had.
Dire's top tower.
Chip Thompson out. Trying to make a go on to 33. And mid one coming in with a rocket barrage damage. Doesn't enough to take him down. They'll lose Notel. Mid one is going to be able to clean up 33 in return. So, you know, losing the offlaner for a support. OG's carry getting the cleanup kill. Be very happy with that sort of trade.
I thought Sam would have a little bit of a harder time down bottom, but he's actually owning. Just like the last time I actually saw him play the Monkey King, he's doing great.
He's trying to stand his ground here, but Nine's got a DD. Thompson trying to keep it. This isn't going to be able to do it. Oh my goodness. Steps to the side, gets the kill. I mean, in 9, you know, he tasted that. You know, he sets up the remnant. He gets the DD for himself. But Thompson just able to kite him. Top lane, 33. He's now getting back and he's cleaning up this lane. He takes down the 2 of them. Both Midborn and Notel taken out there this time by Tundra.
Cannot believe Thompson actually survives and gets the kill there. That's so crazy. As I was mentioning, Savvy's actually doing so well bottom. Like, he's really leading over the Ursa right now. I know Sox is really messing with this lane down here, just with these illusions, constantly pulling it and just resetting the positioning. But wow, I thought Seb would at least get slowed down. He's got like every single last hit.
You see that replay again. Look at this. I mean, look, you know, 9, he's smiling then. He's like, okay, I've got the DD rune, just a few hits, just one more, just one. Ah.
What was that? 3 out of 4 hits he got the headshot.
Thompson gives it a little bit of a smile there. I mean, you got it. That was close. That was close.
Every little thing mattering.
Back to the lane, but all his bottle charges. So again, this harassment from Thompson. Yeah, 9. He's got no regen.
And Thompson 6. So I mean, of course, he doesn't skill the assassinate. He actually gets the extra point in the headshot, but the threat is there. So 9 actually has to back away. Yeah. Sure, he can play around with it similar.
See any signs of what Midborn's roadmap is going to be? Crazy builds from him.
He's on Falcon play probably, right? Yeah.
As it seems to be now on these scores. Well, 9. He's got to dissimulate. Thompson, has he got any more shrapnels? He's got 1 more shrapnel. 9's in trouble.
He's just getting peeped. He will be able to run away. But Thompson's trying to find the angle.
I mean, there's no way he finds him. Surely not. It was close, but not quite getting him. Top lane. Hotel will go down. Let's see if everyone can find either of them in return. It looks to be a little difficult now. Biver. Oh, he'll live. And Midborn, he won't. Another 2 kills on this top lane now with Tundra. They're really starting to punish this greed of this Gyro death profit. Safe lane. 33, he's getting kill after kill now.
Viper playing it really nicely, being able to isolate them and just play really on the skin of his teeth there as looks like he's trying to mess with it, just get some information on stacks. He's got an illusion rune. He's trying to out-micro them, and looks like it's kind of going to work. They're not going to bother chasing. I'm just still seeing Seb all the way at the top of this net worth. I mean, this is a really good start for the Monk. 7 minutes, and he's nearly level 7. 9. That was weird. He had the ensnare on him as he left to dissimulate. That was a very weird interaction.
Yeah, I guess
Same frame?
I mean, yeah,
caught him as he dissimilated?
Yeah, same time he was going in, yeah. Must have been.
It looked like it.
Top.
Mid one, now level 6 up top.
Now, yeah,
much harder now for 33.
Still, though, he's level 7. He's off to the side. And he's going to be fine. Viper strikes up. He's going to turn around, try and get the damage done, but this time backups here from Seb. Seb will come across. They do still lose mid one. So getting the kill on the way out. See 9 off the retreat, jumping into the pit, but Seb and Thompson, they're looking to chase. Boundless strike down on the 2 of them. He's got an upper astral step. Viper the Cogs.
Vanished, but not
Just enough distance to get out of there. No-Tail still trying to chase on towards Spider. Actually, Seb, he's not done either. Goes in with the spring, onto Viper. Viper's going to be fine. 9. In the invis, maybe seeing if he can come out, burst one of the two of them. He's going to look towards No-Tail. No-Tail having the siphon. The last charge of it. So after this comes to an end, he's going to be in a bit of trouble. He's going to try for the TP out, but Viper's over with the Cogs. They will punish No-Tail for his attempt
Radiant's
to
middle
chase.
tower is under attack.
Crazy aggression coming out already toward that top mid. Now 33. It was bottom and mid one. He just went there.
Yeah, he's died a few too many times here now as the Gyro. You know, this ain't no joke from last game. Mid one definitely having a much rougher start here.
He can't just spin to win this time around. He actually just has to show up to the fights, and he's very fragile when he does. See, Thompson gets himself a nice. He actually stacks a triple stack. So he's got stuff to work with, and we see it queued up already, right? He's got the Mage Slayer queued up. We knew he was going to do it.
I mean, as we stressed, it's just, you know, it's such great stats, everything to have. You know, it's all you could want as sort of a, especially as this sort of squishy, agi core that also has a great range of attack, right? You know, anytime a hero's coming at Thompson, he gets one hit on them. And then sort of, you know, the combo, you know, here's like this Void Spirit, damage output is not only reduced, but he also has that magic resistance. So the chance is, if 9 comes in and drops all of his abilities onto Thompson, it's probably only going to do half his HP, even at that, once the reductions come into play.
Yeah, I guess I think this item is going to look to get picked up a lot more by these energy cores, in particular versus the spirits. Just the spirits really get countered. So even like Cogs, Leshrax, I think this will be an item on the rise. You just get so much out of it. Seeing the invasion coming out from Tundra, they will be able to maybe get No-Tail here as he steps up a bit more and also take away some power.
Yeah, nice. Somebody used to jump in. Set up Cyphers. Helping him a little bit. Quite a bit. Not enough. Skiter able to get those swipes stacked up.
a loss so small, the world will hardly notice.
Doing a very good job of getting these kills this time.
Viper, he's actually got eyes on Thompson, but now he's in the middle of 4 heroes.
He's just going to turn over towards him. Viper needs help. Is he going to get it? 33 is thinking about getting involved, but Viper already falling.
Dire's middle
Viper's
tower
down,
is
and the
under
rest
attack.
of Tundra esports, they back off.
Close to him getting, it was really close to him actually finding Thompson at low HP there. They just had turned up right afterwards. Just getting this nice ward on the high ground, being able to see the invasion. Wrapped around him. As we see Thompson again, he's stacking up some camps, looking to finish up this Mage Slayer. And Skiter, he's just continuing to get closer and closer to his Battle Fury. He's only 1 piece away. So he's also still having a really good time on this Ursa.
That's wild there. We saw on the camp stats. Yeah, Thompson, he's done 9 stacks already, just 11 minutes in all by himself. Some incredible efficiency on the sniper.
He does them a lot of times. He goes to farm them at the timing of when you can stack. So he just like, peeps each one once, throws a shrapnel into the third, and he actually stacks 3 camps at a time. So it's just efficient movements, as you said.
He feels that this time round, you know, we saw last game, mid one sort of take the spotlight. This game, it's going to be Thompson carrying. He's the carrier of the sniper.
I mean, him and mid one, or him and Stab, sorry.
Oh, and Stab, yeah, that's true. Actually, Stab's making a pretty good support now. As they do manage to get in on Thompson. Caught in the midst of the river. They're going to try and jump in for more. Hit one. He focused twice, Skiter, but he's able to fight him up for now. No-Tail and Stab move over to jump towards Father on the back lines. There's DD already in the river. Mid one will grab that and say, oh, hello. Far. Back to the jungle.
And they will find Thompson, though. Remember, it is still the sniper that was picked into some heroes that can get on top of him. Clockwork, one of the better ones, and the Void Spirit still can collapse on him. He doesn't have that Mage Slayer finish just yet, so very vulnerable.
Just a bit of an awkward position for him to be in, just sort of standing in the front of the river. See, thanks to that bit of the move. Skiter, he's going to hit very good timing on the battle. This Ursa's without a doubt going to be able to keep up in farm. If the Battle Fury does come out within this next minute, he's going to be farming at a pace that, you know, Thompson might be able to keep up with, but the rest of them are going to struggle unless they're finding kills.
And they're even looking to set up for mid. Mid one is low HP, bottom 700. They'll show themselves finally, though, as No-Tail puts a ward down. They'll be able to farm safely and Looks like they are finishing up a couple
The
items
next
here.
label play. The next label play.
And 33 just keeps forcing this top lane as hard as he possibly can. They have this ward behind. A nice little juke there by Saxa.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, the back. What is it? Fired by the side, Seb.
The next label
Thinking about
play.
trying for this fight for the trees, they're not prepared for this. As the Wukong's command is dropped down, 9 is brought across. The snare pops in, the assassinate coming down. Fada trying to run. Have they got any other damage to catch him though? It doesn't look like it. Fada's already out.
He gets away.
They
Wow.
get themselves all out of there. 9 might go
I
back
cannot
in.
believe the coddle.
9.
Now they're going to turn.
He's looking for a way to get in on this. Sax is going to try the TP out. They got the remnant. Ooh. Good attempt from 9, but not quite quick enough there.
That was so close and nice by Fada recalling the rest of his team up there just to be sure that they can guarantee that they get this tower. And it's going to save the TP for Skiter, so he can look to go back bottom if he'd like to. And hey, Battle Fury's done. Very good timing for him. He'll be able to keep that pace going. Mid one, he's going for his own farming item, going for Massive Madness to try to match. It's going to be tough to match the Ursa for some time.
Dire's top tower
Goes
is
out from
fallen.
Notel in an attempt to finish off this tier 1
Radiant
tower
structures
bottom.
are fortified.
Thompson,
Radiant's
Mage Slayer
bottom
on its
tower
way. He's going
is
to go for
under
the
attack.
Aghanims next in this build.
Oh, that's okay.
I mean, I can see him sort of going Axe, and then I wonder if we see something wild like the sort of full-out
Radiant's
magical
bottom
build, you know, where you sort of go for like the E-Blade, the cooldown for using
Dire's
items,
middle tower is under attack.
and the Blink. You know, obviously,
Dire's structures
Arcane
are
Blink,
fortified.
Octarine, E-Blade, dude, that's the build.
Thompson, he's grabbed up here by Viver.
Get Viver. So we're going to get any more out of this Tundra. And we're going to have 9 jumping in. 9
The
commits.
next label
He's
play.
able to burst through Notel. Find themselves a trade.
Notel's happy when he gets Viper striked as the 5 death profit. He tipped 33 almost instantly right after that. I don't know. I think Thompson might actually have to go for a little bit more right-click damage. I think this Ags is really nice because the catch, as we mentioned, is really, really awful. And I mean, just the stun versus Void Spirit could get him killed a lot of the times. But I mean, I've seen a couple builds from Thompson in his pubs. I'm trying to remember them off the top of my head because it's usually like this. It's usually Mage Slayer to this, and then I think he still goes right-click damage after.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see.
Open for change.
We'll see how much fun he wants to have with it. I said that if you do get like the Octarine and the Arcane Blink, you know, that cooldown's down to like a few seconds. You're just popping assassinates out left, right, and center. You're right. It's not necessarily very good.
I've noticed
It's a
something.
little too far.
These players like Thompson, you know, they,
Yeah.
they understand where the build hits its limit, unlike
Sure.
you. Where you just
When you go all
commit
in
and
on
you
it.
just full commit the build into one thing.
Now,
and
come
then,
on, I'm
you know.
telling you, my Aghanim Shard, Octarine, Arcane Blink, Wind Ranger build, it's going to catch on soon. Just
Well,
gotta-
G, getting
just
some
gotta work on
time
getting
to
the power
catch
shots.
up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a close one, this one as well. 60 minutes at 11 for 8. It's been up and down a little bit. It's just sort of an interesting dynamic, you know, the OG's lineup has got, as usual. With sort of the fact that they do have these 3 cores getting very well into carries, whereas Tundra is more about just making sure that Skiter has a solid game. Interesting build for Skiter as well. Goes for the Battle Fury and then does actually go for the Blink after the Battle Fury. So what does this sort of say to you? Is it just sort of just getting on top of Thompson?
I mean, that used to be the style
I mean,
pretty
it
much
did
always
used to.
versus the sniper. Everyone get Blink to collapse on him. So,
Yeah.
and with this recall, this is nice. He actually recalls him
sneaky.
into the Roche pit. This is not going to be expected, and yeah, no way OG can contest this. Who said OG? They're looking to just get their farm on, finish up the Meteor Hammer in particular on Cogs, so that he can do that big fighting force. But they're gonna have to weather the storm of now this Aegis push that's coming out. Thompson's down.
Hey, they are. They're straight on top of him. They're popping the song. Sax is trying to save him. The Remnant's down, though, and inside the Pudley's taking a lot of damage. Comes in and he can't get out of it. Will go down. They get the setup for the hammer. Down up to 33 as they take down Viper. They'll also get the Viper.
The next
I think if they can get everyone else out of here, though, Tundra, they'll be okay with this. Losing 2 heroes, but slowing down Thompson's game. And also a fight. Notel has used the Exorcism. You know, multiple ults were used, so if Tundra can make sure they don't lose anything else here, this will be okay for them. 9.
9. It's a long ensnare, and now a long silence.
He's coming in from the side, but 9 he is just straight
Next
ahead.
label is under
And
attack.
Skiter, he's got to run. If they're going to still to chase, Seb has got the primal spring up if he wants to try and continue to go for this, but 5 is back in the game. They won't dive any further. Did
Wait, what
9
happened?
have,
He had Yules.
did he have all his
And
spells on cooldown? He stood there and he got ensnared.
I think I have to see it. He had Yules and his full 20 stick up. He didn't use either.
I mean, dude, he just, yeah, he was walking around right next to the Nagasai.
Well, he got, because then he got silenced after, but he had Yules up for quite some time, and then just, I think he got hit by a, I have to rewatch.
Do we
how
have
he,
it clicked on it? I know this is actually just after.
No,
Yeah,
he's got
Yules is
Yules
up.
and the wand.
Wand is up.
I guess he may get hit by the boundless,
Sure,
but he
but
just he
still.
sat waiting for some time.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I guess sort of just turned off for the moment, 9, and was maybe thinking about other things elsewhere on the map. I don't know, but yeah, he just lets himself die. Skiter, turning onto No Town. Taking down the Ursa pretty quickly. The ones as the Aegis comes, they do a second time over towards the mid. 33 commits with the Viper Strike out onto Saxon. Skiter trying to jump out up to the high ground and away. He'll make it out of there. But that is Tundra going through the Aegis and nobody getting too much more done with it. They get a couple of kills, but no, nothing objective.
No, definitely didn't get as much as I feel like they had wanted to here. As I think OG, they can just reset. They did lose Topson, which was pretty huge for them, but they can reset and still in a comfortable spot. I mean, mid one is now, he's getting that farm on, right? That's why they have this big kind of like triple scaling lineup. If one dies, the other can pick up the weight. Mid one has Manta pretty much done, so he's still pretty farmed on this Gyro.
Yeah, he's slowly cruising along. You know, it's no Midas box sort of farm timing as we saw last game, but definitely making a very solid recovery, seeing as he did have this beginning where he pretty much died 4 times back to back, but that has all been left in the past now as he manages to keep on track with Skiter's farm. Skiter, of course, he's an Ursa who got a great timing on a Battle Fury, so definitely very impressive to see from mid one in terms of the recovery he has made.
Fada. I've been stalking him for quite some time now, but Fada will be able to get away. And a lot of brave rotations coming out. Tundra, they do not want this to happen. In mid one, he's sticking around.
Seb's looking for this.
I know.
Does he want to go for
That's a
Fada?
hook shot. They're setting up. They're bringing stocks in. They want to use the sleep here.
Yeah, Seb's giving them the info from the back lines, and they'll take Fada out straight away over the boundless strike. Song in place from Saxa. He's looking to set things up for the Meteor Hammer onto the Tundra. Cogs command, the combo executed to perfection.
Are scanning.
Not done yet. They're looking for 9. 9 should be fine though. Still have to simulate. Astral Step. Yules up in a second. Over to the side he goes. Can catch this. Step. Oh, nice move.
Cuts it.
Turns, cuts the tree of Step. He's got to simulate up in a second, but the snare's out. He's got no options left.
What a nice read there by OG too. I think I've been watching Seb stalking the Coddle a lot of the times. I think he wants to make sure to take him out. The blinding light's been frustrating him a bunch there, and they get this beautiful setup because of it. They overchase. I saw Sox actually pop Tome right before that happens, so he gets level 2 song for the radius as well. Charges in, catches everybody. Perfect from OG.
This again.
Radiant's middle tower
This is why they love the stacks and Nagastar and why they pick it up as early as they do. You don't get much better setup than what you could do as this Nagastar and Meteor Hammer in the game. This is as good as it gets, and Saxon just executes it perfectly. Pretty much all the time. You know, there was that clip the other day, but other than that, you know, he does it perfect.
Yeah. You know, everyone trips up once. Twice though, you know, Doxa, we can't let you do it twice. Perfect, on point, and it's every time that it feels like it's every time that it's going to be the 2 heroes are next to each other, just like we saw the other day from them playing it. And the frequency now, right? He had popped the Tome right before. That's a level 12, level 2 song. So it's only got 20-second downtime now after they all do respawn and start getting into their position. So OG, they can probably look to just do something like that again, because Wukong's has pretty much same synergy with that 110-second cooldown. And now they got a full round of items coming out too, the BKB in particular on Seb, so he can play. He can actually stay in his Wukongs, because now, like I said, 2 or 3 times now I've seen the Coddle blinding lighting him out. Stick on targets, and yeah, these fights are going to get harder and harder, it feels like, for Tundra. 9. Almost shows his face in mid.
You're ready for him here, OG.
Skiter has a fresh BKB now as well, too, so he's quite a bit stronger inside of these fights, too. He's just been getting... It's really just been him getting isolated. The fights just start out and 2 people are dead, so they have to back away. They're gonna smoke. Gonna look to get their own initiation.
Oh, they see Topson. Can they get on top of him? There we go. Skiter's running down the river. He's ready to make the jump. They're in. They're on him. But the song is there. Sax is in with a counterplay. Puts a stop to the attempt from Viper. And for Skiter, Hammer's going to come crashing down onto 33 and 9. Luko's command out as well. Farther to fall. The Ensnare holding 33 in position in the midst of this Monkey King ult as they take down a second. Saxus ticking down low. He will also end up falling to the damage over time. Seb's going to continue to try and chase on, see if he can catch out 9. Over he goes. 9 out to the side. 9 will live, so they do get Topson, they do get Saxa, they lose a couple in return for it. So definitely not the worst there for Tundra. They keep Skiter alive, and even though OG do drop the big combo, they don't manage to kill even Skiter or 9.
Fortified.
Can they get any more kills here? It looks like 9 was chasing, but we're seeing them. They stuck Topson for sure. Skiter with the blink, 9 as well. They both just stayed right on top of him, kind of playing on the outskirts of the Wukong, being able to set up for that kill. Pretty decent. 2 for 2 when they have to blow so much on OG. All 3 ults getting expended.
Oh, we see this as well for Topson. He is queuing up the shard next. I mean, Cab said he didn't like the shard. I think this shard's pretty good, isn't it? You don't rate this shard very highly.
Disarm.
You know what? Yeah, against heroes like an Ursa, if you're able to catch him when the ult's down.
What if he's BKB? Then it's useless, right? So I mean, I'm a little mixed on it.
Oh, that's
It's 9. The instant assassinate. Okay.
Out of your head.
Part of trying to, I was going to say, they've got to slide him out of it. 4 stars, as soon as he does make a go, they're in on him. He's away around these spawns. Looks like he will be able to secure 3 of them. Seb's going to continue to chase on for Fada. He's getting this kill. And off to the side, Note out. Getting a chance to speed up the blink. Damage flies in. 33 having to hide in the tree. The Seb's around here. Seb, after he's gone for this BKB, can now start to look back to scale. Ags on cue next. Sort of took a little bit of a wander through that jungle quite confidently, not expecting them to make the jump on him. They did. Had quite a kill streak as well then, mid one, of course. 7 kills, so Skiter getting a good bit of money for that. 700 gold.
That's nearly the Basher finish. Yeah. That's going to be really nice for him to go to stick on targets, and getting him closer to an Abyssal is definitely the absolute dream versus the Sniper and Gyro. He committed. He bought the shard. So, I mean, when the BKBs are down, the shard definitely has its merit. We'll see how it works out as 9.
The assassinate. He's knocked down for a good amount of time, not quite long enough. 9's able to jump out. Just isn't being popped by Notel, but taking some heavy hits here from 33. Also getting bashed by Roche.
Of course.
Getting very, very low. The rest of Tundra, though, weren't looking to chase at that moment in time. And that was sort of back off, wait for the exorcism to come to an end.
How many 4 steps does OG? Okay, they have the 1 4 step. So they will have at least one way to reset Topson's positioning. Still a little tough for him, so I guess that's why he's also looking at this concussive grenade. If he gets 4 stepped away, he can get maybe the blink off, then he can reset. He's just going for this very obnoxious build that's going to be in the midst of everything, doing a lot of damage and just controlling too. While mid one is able to go for the full carry build now. So I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe we could see some shenanigans with the build deviating.
And I know, as you said earlier, you're a bit concerned if he didn't get sort of the right click, but I think he gets away with it just because of the fact, you know, he has said, you know,
yes,
he's essentially he's going to be sort of a late game carry with it once he has his axe and then whatever is under attack. That sort of big carry item's going to be on top of that.
Cogs is in position. Hook shot.
He's able to start things up, trying to split mid one off the side. Seb jumping over. He's looking for the connection onto Biver. He'll find it. Boundless strike straight down, and Biver's out of the fight.
It's all around this Roche area too that they both really want to control.
Radiant's
sentries being placed down, and OG starting it with the butterfly on the Gyrocopter. He can just stand there and tank it. He'll be fully sustained. Got a sentry on the high ground too. And yeah, Sox is going to keep scouting now with these illusions to give information of when they are trying to come in. let's see what type of angle approach Tundra does look to take. As I mean, the Roche is dying.
Struggling to get in at all. OG just leaving. They want to do it for himself. Actually, Midwell stepping out. Look at what's 33 points. BKB tries to get away. But this butterfly is some heavy hits from Midwell. At the same time, Skiter's been able to find the backlines. Jumps in, commits fully onto Thompson. He takes out time. Down for a minute. Now he moves over towards Midwell in range. Pop, but he's been skydived. They're trying their best to kite him. Fiber coming in the back up to lock Midwell down. Allows Skiter to finish the kill. The song comes out from Saxa, but not before they've lost 2 core. Saxa trying to turn with the hammer onto the 2 of them, but OG, they're just on a retreat here. They have to get out. Saxa's not going to be able to escape. The bashes are there. They get the kills, and OG, they didn't finish Roche. So now Skiter's able to step in. Tundra's going to get this for themselves.
And the angle of approach did not work. They tried to kill OG's actually the one who chased out trying to get 33. Almost kill him immediately, but it actually put Thompson. They found out where he was because of that, and Skiter can just fully commit onto him from on top.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah, but
is under
the
attack.
concussive grenade just, as you said, isn't going to do anything when he's in with the BKB. So, I mean, it's a hard game. And for a sniper, that's not surprising, right? Because it's a sniper. You know, this hero is, it has its vulnerabilities. It's playing against these gap closers.
I just want to see him shoot the grenade. Okay, there we go. I got to see
Dire's
him
top
shoot.
tower
He used it in the
is under
base as I
attack.
said it. I hadn't seen it yet, so it's kind of cool. Oh, and he also has the Quicksilver amulet. Okay, that makes sense. So he used it to actually go faster. Getting close to Abyssal on the Ursa. I mean, Skiter's still off to a great, great game. Like 5-0-4, he's really just the cement for this team at the moment.
No, he's playing it perfectly. This carry Ursa.
Where's my
You see it on the farm. Mid-1, I said, for the most part, Mid-1's done an excellent job of keeping up the farmer Skiter, but at this stage, Skiter is just such a potent hero. He jumps, commits on Mid-1 or tops him with his Abyssal, and they're going to struggle. So sure, Mid-1 has got the evasion of the butterfly, but Thompson for sure. He is so vulnerable to the Abyssal Blade Ursa.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, too, is like Skiter has done an excellent job of just this game of just himself and the target priority he's doing. He's always getting the right target, while Mid-1 is being super reckless this game, right? 6 deaths. He's had 4 deaths before the 15-minute mark. So Skiter definitely the MVP for me right now, how he's been controlling, and he's got Abyssal. So he's got a really big power spike. He can even, if they see Seb even out of position now, like anybody on the side of OG can just die.
Oh, he kills anyone.
From this Ursa.
Absolutely, yeah. Especially with any sort of backup.
Yeah, and they're swinging bottom. They have this ward down here for 1 more second, which sees No-Tail and Mid-1 backing away.
These guys are looking pretty dead here. Shot in from Viper. He's trying to get out. Now he's got the setup. They open it onto Mid-1 with that Abyssal. There's no escape. There's no help for Mid-1. Saxa as well tried to come to do something, but he cannot do so as Tundra. As long as they play around this Ursa, it's going to be very difficult for OG to deal with in these positions where OG is not ready as 5 members. You know, anytime they're split up at all, Tundra's lineup's going to kill them every time and very likely lose no one in return.
Just such a fast collapse. I mean, you're already queuing up the next item because we said that butterfly from Gyro. They do I think there was a rocket to scout behind too to see Saxa coming in, who was actually stopped canceling his sleep, didn't find the opportunity. It's been Tundra now these last few moments, really heads up plays and movements. Vada kind of leading the charge, leading the dictation of where they're going to be going. He's also getting significant farm. He's got a hex queued up too, and they're really starting to pull ahead right now from OG. OG not getting their combos together, not being close together enough after that whole Roche situation. And like you said, so Blink is done. Now he tops and queues up the E-Blip.
Yeah, I mean, so it's the only thing that might help him a little bit, right? You know, he knows that Skiter is the big problem. He needs this.
They're ready for this fight again down bottom. All of OG's coming. They just saw Seb jump to the right side. They're actually recalling everybody to Fada. Now going to recall Void Spirit. All of OG at the ready this time.
Trying to go in on Skiter. It's a hard target. 9 trying to draw them off to the side. OG kind of split with sort of who they want to chase.
nice disengage by Tundra.
Yeah, they know exactly what OG's looking for here, and they're not giving it to him. Staying completely away. Managing to have a good read of OG's attempts to get some sort of action. Comes to
Radiant's bottom tower
finding them
is
alive,
under
but
attack.
Tundra just
Dire's
keeping a
middle
step
tower
ahead.
is under attack.
They'll likely
might
concede this tier
Radiant
2. They're not
structures
going to try and
are
They're
hold
gonna
it.
smoke again.
Or maybe.
9 just finished the BKB. I think that's why they were giving a little more respect. He was 100 gold off. Yeah, they're gonna TP fight into here.
Yeah, if OG's can't finish the tower, they might get a chance for a good catch on it. Nine's going to start poking in towards Nota. Once the BKB jumping over towards Nether. They've taken out Seb. Tax's going to go down as well. OG's got to retreat. They're trying to run. And Nine's got this continued control onto Midbon. Midbon's going to try and turn towards Peter, but Peter is in with the bashes on top of Midbon. Midbon tries to turn and fight back, but he cannot deal with the Ursa in his face. Nine continues to toy with Thompson on the back, buying time for the rest of them to continue to chase him down. Will manage to blink up to the side. He's going for the TP out, but he has to cancel it to the side. The remnant was out. Thompson will also fall, as OG just cannot get anything done right now. They stick around. They got the tower, but that was all the part of the plan for Tundra. As they come in with that sweep round from the high ground, and they win another solid team fight. They're now at 9k, and maybe OG's sort of crazy draft here has come to a bit of an end, as it doesn't seem to be working to the same extent that Tundra's lineup is right now. As their Ursa Skiter, he's just unstoppable. They cannot deal with it.
No, he's an absolute beast. I know. He's actually switched. He had the MKB queued up, and he just goes, whatever, I've won S and Y. Who cares? He wants status resist to be able to play around and all.
Yeah.
Well, movement speed too. I mean, he's eating heroes anyway. I saw the monkey kill Seb in that last fight. Got a pistol. 6 hits, overpowered. Another overpower comes up, 6 hits, dead. And that's how the fight kicks off.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Sure, there's a butterfly on mid-one, but as you saw there, they don't really care too much about mid-one yet. The butterfly isn't scary enough on its own, and especially this stage where he still hasn't quite got the BKB. Yeah, they're killing him regardless if the Ursas are missing a few hits. So
and
as long as Skeeter can stay alive, they're going to be in a pretty good position to win every fight they're in.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they even have, they've been winning all these fights, and now they even have a Will-O-Wisp on top too. So Fada, he actually switches from the Hex, he goes to this side, the Aghanims instead. This will be a great way. If they can actually catch Seb off guard too. If he drops a Will-O-Wisp near trees, throws him off the trees, cuts him down. A lot of different things that they can do now these fights. Quite some time ago that it was looking tough for Tundra, but Tundra has completely turned it around after that whole Roche situation. Full control, firm grasp.
9. He's going to look to try and set things up on the Seb. BKB's out. Seb. Have a bit of annoyance there from these Viper strikes. Of course, 33, the Aghanims means. Yeah, it's going to be all over the place. 10-second cooldown, basically a 50% uptime on the Viper strike. So he can just continue to throw down onto any of the cores. And make it very hard for them to stay on any target.
Cogs is trying to space make however he can with these illusions, getting some meteor hammer up top. Decent damage on the tower. We'll put it into deny range, and they should be able to get it.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
Trying to think when the fights for OG get a little bit easier. I mean, they do have the Ghost Scepter on Thompson, and they have a BKB now on mid one, which will give them some type of protection. But there's so much overwhelming damage from the Ursa, and he's getting on top of these heroes every time. It's hard. And now he's got the overpower talent too, so he's got 9 hits instead of the 6. Let's see mid one. He's walking directly up the hill into them.
You can see, OG, as soon as whether they're around, OG, they're no longer quite as aggressive as they've been trying to play.
Jumps into the remnant.
They're still a little scared about going here as well, though, Tundra. They want to wait for more information. See if OG really are trying to go for a fight here.
They have a feeling that Seb's still doing this. It's monkey business in the trees. It's constant scouting with remnants and rockets. Yeah, they still know. As soon as he jumps out now, they're still scouting. Neutral items being picked up. This will be a nice one for Thompson to not show his face and just hide in the back lines of ninja gear.
Yeah, this actually can make all the difference. Because even if they do try and go for these bling blinks upon him. The chances that ninja gear, they don't know exactly where he is, and he's able to get the blink away before Skiter's able to get the first hit if Thompson's quick.
Yeah, he's keeping it too. Like, he had the option now to get a
think he should.
flicker, and he's keeping it. Now there's an illusion escape. This could be tempting for him to at least be switching in and out. Really going to be up to these big fights if OG's able to somehow get them back here. Yeah, Tundra just controlling this game for the last
Skiter.
10 plus minutes. Skiter.
He's gonna run into mid-bomb. Everyone trying to chase. Who's got with him? Yeah, the entirety of OG seems to be set for Tundra. Both teams just making sure that they're never really too far away from each other right now. They know that the opposite side is always wanting to look to go for a 5-on-5, and especially around this sort of timing. Roshan's back up.
Skiter can do some big stuff here too. He also has his own ninja gear. It's going to be back up in about 15 seconds if he'd like to go for some type of wraparound plays. Look for the sniper in those weird positions.
I mean,
he has the potential.
OG's trying to catch them from behind here. At the same time, Tundra, the smoke from the high ground. So he's going to make the jump first. As the balance down, the balance of the Ursa. Skiter will put the BKB-9, jumping in straight away. Overwatch down to Overwatch. He gets out from mid-one, but they've got the big shoulder. Hookshot comes straight in. Buying time for Skiter. He just punched into the gyro. Take mid-one out. There'll be a buyback from Notel, but I don't think he's going to be able to do anything to save Thompson and Seb here as Thompson jumped upon again by 9. Thompson is trying to hold his ground. Thompson goes septic, giving him some chance to run, but Skiter's in with the abyssal. The ghost form comes to an end as Thompson falls. 4 dead on OG. As again, it just seems too hard for OG to fight right now. Tundra just too far ahead, and Skiter just absolutely uncontrollable.
Again, they get the wraparound. They kill the 2 supports before the fight even starts. The 3v5 as soon as it kicks off. They find Toxin. It's just looking hard for OG to really kick any fight off. They don't want to start with just an initial sleep of him running in, since he has the ag. Because of the way it all goes down, he wants to get it after these BKBs wore off. They can't actually look to reset at all, and it's just an awkward place for OG, and we're seeing Rapiers getting queued up. I think they're also feeling these last few moments have just been Tundra entirely favored.
Is under attack.
Oh, they really have. The graph's just been on the up and up for Tundra. It's just a question of, do OG have some sort of major strengths holding the high ground? I mean, they do have a sniper. But, Thompson's build has just really taken a hit. It's slowed down completely, really, in the second half of this game with the way that these fights have been going. And it's at a point that even on the high ground, I don't think Tundra's going to be too fearful about just jumping past tier 3s and finding a way to get on top of him. They're ready to fight him under tier 4s with how big some of their heroes are.
Yeah, definitely don't want to make too many overzealous moves, though, jumping into that high ground. Just wait till OG looks to make mistakes. That's still a place, that's probably the only place where OG can come back. Now, it doesn't look like there's a single chance for them to win fights outside with the way that Tundra's been approaching, so don't lose to yourself now, pretty much, going on that high ground. They have such a good commanding lead, and yeah, still continuing to control the map very nicely. Swinging the way toward top, no hesitation after they get the other lanes pushed out.
Do see, of course, the kills at the top. Number has aligned. Really, could this be a game where a turnaround occurs? It seems hard to find it right now with the way that Tundra's playing and how far ahead they are. Very hard to sort of see a way it turns around at this stage.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He's got about that 8,000 gold in the bank.
He's just saving up.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And level 27 as well. Absolutely top tier.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh gee, they're going to have to head back soon. Do something about this defense. They managed to get at least the bottom lane and the mid lane all the way pushed over, so it will just have to be this top wave to deal with.
Is under attack.
Thompson's got an arcane, and he is a sniper, so he's gonna start getting this big defense. 33. They're actually gonna be able to maybe chase nice shot from him. The recall's
risky. Everyone's trying to go in on this. The Will-O-Wisp is down. Mid-1 puts the BKB, but Skeeter's in with the Abyssal. They'll try and knock him out with a concussive grenade, but he's able to get straight back in onto Mid-1's Taxa. Will come in with the save. Pops the song, allows Mid-1 to retreat. Can they do anything aggressive with this? Taxa tries to lay down the Meteor Hammer, but Skeeter's already out with the Ursa. But they do save Mid-1.
This is crazy too. Now that Will-O-Wisp is not an ultimate, technically, I'm watching Fada just refresh its timer. He just is shocker magicking himself. He's almost back up now.
Oh, that's true, actually.
Yeah,
and as you say, sure,
he's gonna do it again.
It's a little harder to get, but once you get it, it's better than ever.
Yep.
Mid-9,
Dissimilate.
he's in with the Dissimilate stun, he gets the setup on a turn, and there's the Will-O-Wisp, he's already back up. They're ready for another round. Skeeter's in, trying to come in on a Mid-1. Mid-1's out to the side, he tries to keep himself safe for the Ghost Hunter, but the blast comes in, finishes him off. Mid-1's down for 90, he's a massive glucose command from Seb. Will allow him to take down Skeeter the once. Can they do it a second time? Remnant being in position, Skeeter, getting forced out to the side, he's able to get out of the ult. He'll be okay for now. Return with the 5-stroke onto No-Tail. He's ready to go in for another round in 9. Jumps in with the Dissimilate. No-Tail's dead. Stun out onto Seb. Seb's out for the count for 100 seconds. None of their heroes with buyback available. As Tundra, they're ready to go for the objectives, ready to go for the game end. They know that these heroes are unable to buy back into this, or at least unlikely to do so with their recent item pickups. As he's left to Saxa and Thompson to try and hold this off, but they can't. Skeeter's in onto Saxa. And they're ending the game here. A tier 4's are falling 9. Over he goes, he does die. Thompson has got a buyback. Saxon trying to slow this down with the songs of the Angel. It's already at half HP. They're able to finish it off no trouble as game 2 goes to Tundra.